Okay, I'm trying to keep it together again because I have a new segment. Best new music with the Rev. Very excited about this. Now, before we get into that and the background, why I'm doing it, and some of the rules, well, there's actually just one rule. You might notice I do these ancient exercises before I even speak. And my longtime followers and members know that I do these ancient exercises because I need to center myself. I need to calm down, lower my anxiety before I speak to y'all. Because I get so fired up. So fired up to speak to y'all. And I leave it in there. I could easily edit those out, but I leave it in there to show you that I'm human. Now, there are some people that would like me to edit those out. It's controversial. But I keep them in. In fact, if your application is accepted to the Church of Elvis and even more Latter-day Saints, which I'm the founder, pastor, spiritual advisor of, the first thing you learn are those ancient exercises. In fact, beyond this door, okay, 4 security doors beyond this door, there are people, I mean dozens of people, just working on this move right now. Bam, bam, bam. For years, before they come into the sanctuary. And each one of them will tell you is worth it. Even the ones that go mad will say, you know what? I learned a lot about myself. I learned my limits. And I want to thank the Church of Elvis and even more Latter-day Saints for that. And I respect that. I respect that. Now, best new music. The one rule I have is I will never show more than 4 records, which means I might do more videos than necessary. Because once I go past 4, even when I get to 4, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to show 2 today because this is introductory phase. But once I go past 2, I'm done. I don't know what I'm talking about. And you can leave and you can just punch something in quickly if you like the sound of it, if you like what I have to say. Now, I know there's someone right now replying to this video before it's even over. And they're saying something like this. Hey, Rev, you handsome son of a bitch. What gives you the right to tell us what best new music is? Isn't that subjective? It's just your opinion. I'm glad someone asked that because I've taken that into account. On my own dime, like Coltrane Ulm, on my own dime, from the wildly successful revenue of this channel and my Patreon, I've hired from around the world some of the most sophisticated think tanks, NGOs, market research. I got the Soros Foundation on board. I got Berkshire Hathaway on board. I got the Koch brothers on board. I got the Ethereum Foundation on board. Together, we have selected these 2 titles as best new music. And I mean around the world, like Cindy, Australia. Seoul, North Korea, okay? Dusseldorf, Netherlands. Tastemakers in Liverchester, England. Buenos Aires, Panama. Vancouver, British Columbia. Around the world. So this is science. If you don't like these 2 new titles, you don't like science, okay? You don't believe science, and I suggest you stop listening to music. Sell all your gear, sell all your albums, maybe delete Spotify, and you'll probably be in a better place emotionally. So, let's get into the first title. Okay, my first selection. Apologize, I had to fix the light here. In fact, both these selections share 2 things in common. 1, loosely beats. And 2, I will struggle with pronunciations at every bend of the road, so wish me luck. Now, playing in the background, my first selection, best new music with the Rev. Asiko Golden Band de Granyoff Mag Techie from Mississippi Records. Now, Mississippi Records in North America. I will link to the Bandcamp below, which their description and biography of the group and music will be far better than me. But it's going to be a joy to talk about this. It is available in Europe and I believe in Africa, but it might be through a different label. And you won't have to pay any crazy import-export fees or anything like that. Now you might notice it's a bit of a drum collective, but there's other things going on. Accordion and saxophone, a string instrument native to Africa called the kora that many of you might know. But there was a learning curve in the sense that I was excited for this, but Grand Yoff, I did not know, is a neighborhood in Dakar, which is of course in Senegal. And I know a little bit about Senegal, mostly through music. But it's important. Dakar and Senegal and their neighborhood are vital to this music because the lyrics, the poetry, more accurate, and the musicianship, the joy they have for Senegal permeates through all of this. And they draw from the various denominations, the schools of thought, the philosophies, the ethnicities. The strong diversity of that nation is in here. And they do such a great job wrapping it together and presenting it. It's accessible. If you like drums and polyrhythms, you're going to like this. But their message is something I really admire because of how much they draw from. They're legends where they're from, and you can see this is what you get. That's the atmosphere you get. They've been together for some time as a group, but they became legends through their weddings that they played, political rallies, clubs, private parties. That's how their reputation was solidified in Senegal. But through social media, YouTube, WhatsApp, which was sort of used to help record some of this, is what really got their legend spread around the world and get this release going. And I'm almost 100% sure this is their first release ever in North America. And I can't tell you how much I like it. This is not sit in your listening room music. This is fill your house full of music, type music. And I absolutely love it. Now, I mentioned the kora, which is a string instrument native to Africa. And the way they use it in the upbeat pieces is phenomenal. But what I really like is kind of the interlude, more meditative pieces where the kora is prominent, is what I really like. And it's a cohesiveness and a diversity of the album that I really feel like it's kind of secretly kind of the glue. Now, any point of reference from me and my expertise will be lazy. But if you like the orchestration, compositions of Fela Kuti, background music, composition, and putting it together, you will like this. But overall, I think if you like African music, of course you're going to like this. But if you like Brazilian music, if you even like Mexican music with the accordion, I just think there's such a large group of people that will love this music that I can't recommend it enough. Asiko Golden Band de Grand Yoff, Mississippi Records. Really, really like this. Okay, selection number 2, Best New Music with the Rev. I'm cheating on this one. This was released in February of 2023. It's not available on Spotify, and it was a fortune to bring it in from Europe. So I decided I was going to wait till I got it on vinyl to review it. Now, I'm not always going to do that. But once like Forced Exposure or someone got it, I decided, okay, then I'll review it. And it's my favorite title of a record this year. Recreational Kraut. Mufang and Kuzminski. I'm sure I'm butchering those names. Actually, you might know Mufang from his moniker Move D, electronic artist, very successful, especially if you're in Europe. And again, Recreational Kraut, not only my favorite title, just be sure, check with your local government before you buy this, that Kraut is recreational. I don't want to get anyone in trouble here. I just love this. I will say there's a person in the comment section who's going to give me shit for selecting this. And it's a little game that we can all play. And I bet you'll guess who it is. And they'll be right. But if you like, okay, there's a lot going on here. But in the sense that if you like ambient, and the aspect of ambient like The Orb or Aphex Twin, Ambient Works, I think you'll really like this. There's a couple other things going on though that are important. But this isn't novel, okay? It's just that type of ambient, downbeat tricks that they use that if they do really well. Now, Kosminski, though, does something I'm a sucker for. I love the Fender Rhodes, and he plays that keyboard on here, and he plays it in the more elastic, kind of large soundscape aspects, less cohesive aspects of this album, but also in the more beat-driven or anchored pieces. He also plays that Fender Rhode, and almost plays it in a kind of a watercolor touch way. This was recorded in Amsterdam in 2018 and 2019, virtually live. So there's an improvisational aspect to this. But there's intent, there's a vibe that I really, really like. And especially when they use reverb on certain sounds, on top of this improvisational aspects, really give it depth that I think people that have kind of more of an audiophile approach to music, I think we really like. And David Muffang uses a fretless bass that really adds a lot to this too. Not that this sounds like a live album, that's not what I'm trying to say, but it's important to note that. And I think that brings out something unique to that session or to the sessions when they do things like that, when they have a process. Again, this isn't anything that you're going to be like, oh, this is new, this is blowing me away. It's just really, really well done. And I can't recommend it enough. Recreational Kraut. And thank you for watching Best New Music with the Rev. And I think I have some new ones just around the corner. So hope you have a good day.